Good evening, my crypto trading friends. So we have lots of news that is putting these markets in a state of fear and uncertainty. And so I thought it would be worthwhile to bring a quick evening update. Right, so there's lots of things happening that are actually in the long run beneficial for crypto, at least decentralized type of crypto. But they are causing great market uncertainty at this time. A lot of it has to do with Canadian truckers and those who donated to truckers having their bank accounts frozen. All right, and I read in the news today there was about a 3-hour blackout of bank accounts. I imagine they were instating the authority that they think they have over the people. And I guess if you are living on the system and depending upon the system, this is what the system will do to you. It will chew you up and spit you out and bend your fingers back until you comply. All right, and this is what, in part, the crypto movement is about. Taking back the authority that belongs to us, having our own violation of will, having our own autonomy, and being able to be a free person. But that does mean you have to disconnect from those institutions. All right, I don't want to get on a rant here, but besides the bank accounts being frozen, which, like I said, is good for crypto, a decentralized version of crypto, and Putin posturing with the U.S. posturing back. It's all a show, guys. Putin ain't scared, though. I'll tell you that much. He does have some leverage over this U.S. administration. He's got full control of this. All right, and another headline story that's not, of course, going to be covered. The Fed steals assets from Afghanistan, and by the Fed, I mean the Federal Reserve, a private bank, empowered and actually directed by the president. The president directed a private bank to steal private funds from another private bank from another country. All right, and so that has happened as well. All of this is just significant in terms of we are seeing either an authoritarian force come to power that we have never seen before at a global level, or if the people stand up and if the people fight for their God-given rights and freedoms, this could be the dawn of a new age. All right, a new era in which people cut the ties and are free from the constraints of the authoritarian regimes that rule our lives. All right, let's talk about how this affects the charts and how it is affecting the charts today. First of all, I have the dollar. The dollar is up just a tad, all right? And then the VIX. The VIX is up greatly, all right? So the predominant indicator here would be the VIX. The VIX takes precedence over the dollar at this point because of this surge and spike, and so we should see the indexes dropping. And in fact, we are seeing that. And in this case, the Dow has dropped below this neckline once again. That is something to keep our eye on. SPY, it went up and touched the 200-day today, and is, well, yeah, it touched it today, and then now is crumbling back down, or has crumbled back down, I should say, because the markets are closed. And NASDAQ down, QQQ down, everything as we would expect. All right. Now, something new on the crypto charts. This is the total market cap. I've drawn these ascending purple trend lines. We today have just opened a new candle below that. So that's something we're going to have to watch tomorrow and over the weekend. All right, same pattern on Ethereum, and we're just under that, as well as under a significant level of support. So if we don't get above that again tomorrow and close somewhere up here, it could be a bearish sign. Bitcoin dominance has come down again, despite this being a bull flag. Now it is turning into a descending wedge, which is bullish for Bitcoin. So that is a positive sign for Bitcoin. And if it's a positive sign for Bitcoin, it's a positive sign for crypto. All right, but the fact is Bitcoin has dropped below this ascending line, has dropped below our purple descending trend line, a line of support here, the 50-day and the 20-day. All right, all of this today, all of this, 6 different levels, a level of support up here as well. So bears are bringing in the force again. All right, and this is all due to the uncertainty, and we're going to see that a little bit. Even though these institutions and central banks are using their power violently against people and other nations, although in the long run that may be good for crypto, the fear and doubt and uncertainty as we enter into this great time of transition is going to definitely spill over into the crypto markets. And I've said all along, guys, this could be one great big giant. I'm going to get on my highlighter here. One great big giant bear flag here, all right? And we could still head down to that 20,000 mark, 24,000 mark. We have to definitely keep our eyes on that, all right? This is a head and shoulders pattern, hasn't played out fully. Our target is 24,000. If we get to 24,000, I've been saying all along, we could might as well just go to 20,000 at that point, and I think the market will. All right, so we are in this time here of great uncertainty, and that has, of course, spilled over to the markets. Again, this is a powerful line of support. It will take a lot to get us below that, but with everything that is going on in the news, we definitely could do that. All right, so don't put it past that. And if we get below this black ascending line, that is definitely when I look to, if possible, get into a stable coin and such. It depends, of course, on how rapidly the move down is, and if I can do that within a reasonable time. All right, guys, that's all I have for you today. I just wanted to update you and let you know what I'm seeing and what I'm looking at, and give you a little bit of news as well. It really is all about what our governments around the world are doing, and what the people are doing to fight that, and then what the governments are doing to fight the people who are fighting the governments. People want their rights and people want their freedoms, and governments don't want to give that back right now. So there will be a lot of uprising and protests until that is done. And if that is not done, then we have a big trouble on our hands for the future, guys. So we need to keep all these things in our minds, and support the people who are. So guys, all right, let me do a little bit of a rant here. If you've stuck with me thus far and you want to listen to the rest, up to you. We have one of the largest social protest movements in history in Canada. This is a worker movement. You would think that the legacy left who proclaims socialism as a virtue would be giving lots of attention to this, right? Not only is it one of the largest social worker movements in the history of the world, it is a very diverse movement. You have black people, you have Indian people, you have white people, you have French people, you have the Sikhs were in this movement. They're not even political. And then let's talk about vaccination. These guys are against mandated vaccination, correct? Well, 90% of those truckers are vaccinated. I just want you to know. This is a well-known fact. They're one of the highest working groups in Canada that is vaccinated, because at one point they were afraid of losing their jobs if they didn't get vaccinated. And also, maybe many of them actually believe in, that the vaccine is going to protect them from COVID, or many believe that. And that is fine. But the point is, these are the people that should be getting attention, should be getting help from the left, who proclaims, and I don't even like using those terms, guys, left and right, conservative and liberal. The fact is, the liberal movement today are the true conservatives in the classic sense of the word, right? Because all conservative ever meant was that you are trying to conserve institutions and ideologies that have preserved the domination systems that have existed for centuries. So Trudeau, a global elitist, is one of the biggest conservatives on the planet. We have Biden, is a conservative. These guys are, in the true sense of the word, in the truest sense of the word, real conservatives. And liberal used to mean you broke away from that state of domination. All right? The liberals were the ones that thought outside the box and thought, well, we don't need these institutions any longer. Well, let's get away from king and queen. Let's get away from authoritarian regimes, totalitarian governments, dictatorships, plutocracy, and every other aristocracy that existed amongst the elites. And that's what a liberal meant. And so today the language has been changed to paint a narrative that you and I are supposed to believe. And that's how it works, guys. So I'm careful to use the terms conservative and liberal, because by doing that, I'm only playing into the narrative that I don't believe exists. We are not divided people. We have a great amount of unity amongst people. All people really want is their own freedom and their own rights, and that is being taken away left and right everywhere you look by those powers that support the global agenda. All right. And so I say all of that to say this is a time that we need to support and stand with each other, for those that are standing for freedom, for those that are protesting against government overreach. There's been grave overreach in our governments globally since COVID, and some people proclaim that was all part of the plan. I'm not going to get into conspiracy or anything else. All I can say is I believe in freedom for individuals, and I hope you do too. All right. Peace.